Hello, Namaskar, and a very good evening to all the viewers watching NCRT's live interactive session. I am Simran Singh, and you have all connected with us through eVIDYA channel number 6 to 12. Besides this, there are so many different mediums through which you can all connect with us. You can even participate in our live conversations by raising your questions and your queries in the comment section of our YouTube channel that goes by the name NCRT Official. Besides this, we also have another YouTube channel. You may kindly note down the name. It is NCRT PM eVIDYA Class 6 to NCRT PM eVIDYA Class 12. Through this YouTube channel also you can raise your questions and queries, and we will try our best to respond to all of you. So viewers, here once again I welcome all our learners, all the audiences in our online webinar on cyber safety and security. We are all living in this digital space. We are all using a digital space, or I should say our mobile phones, internet, one or the other time. So it becomes a necessity to know more about cyber security because we are so involved and bombarded with information from almost everywhere. At the same time, in the online world, you never know who is there on the other side of the screen. So we have to be very specific and particular, and of course our safety lies in our very own hands. Therefore, this topic becomes even more important, and today we are going to discuss about cyber hygiene. So what is cyber hygiene, how you all can practice, what are the different kind of practices that can be followed as a part of cyber hygiene to stay safe not only in the offline world but also in the online world. Providing us more insights into the conversation, we have with us our expert through online modality, Dr. Suresh G. Isave. Namaskar, sir. A very warm welcome to you. Let me introduce you to all our viewers. Sir is serving as an associate professor from Tilak College of Education, Pune. And viewers, in the live session, if you want to raise any questions, you can give us a call at this contact number flashing on your screens. It is 8800440559, and we have our specific mail ID for cyber safety and security series. It is right there on your screen. It is cybersafety@ciet.nic.in. So feel free to share your questions and your queries with us, and without further ado, let's begin the conversation. So Dr. Isave, in the initiation of the program, I'll request you to explain more about what are we going to discuss today and what is the meaning of this very term that we are going to discuss, cyber hygiene.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to join with the nationwide audience. I hope everyone is good, healthy over there. It's very important to be healthy, not only in a social or real life, but also in a cyber life too. Because we are living not only in real world, but also in a virtual world, and where health is always important, no matter it's virtual or real. And I think that's why the topic is very important, that is called cyber hygiene. And if you are aware that NCRT is regularly arranging the webinars and quizzes on the basis of cyber hygiene, and even national education policy also talks about lot about the cyber hygiene. And because of artificial intelligence, the more use of technology has been increased, and that's why it is very important just go through this topic, that is cyber hygiene. My focus more will be on the psychological aspects of the hygiene rather the technical aspect of the hygiene, because I think the now generation is very smart and techno savvy, and if you're talking about technically, they are smarter. So I think I will be focusing more on psychological aspect of this cyber hygiene. Now, basically, what is hygiene? We everyone know, because of the corona, we know we should wash our hand, we should use the mask, everything that is that taking the precautions for not being infected is called hygiene. Now, if you coming to the part of cyber hygiene, then cyber hygiene refers to the practices and measures individuals and organizations take to maintain the health and security of the digital system and data. So it means in a cyber world, we need to take some measures and some practices where we maintain the health and security of the data and the users. So this is it involves the adopting behavior like using the strong and unique password, implementing multi-factor authentication, backing up the data, etc., etc. So these are nothing but the practices that we can follow during the cyber hygiene. Just like a personal hygiene keeps us healthy and prevent the illness, cyber hygiene helps us to keep the digital environment secure and resilient against the cyber threats. Now we must be wondering what is different between cyber hygiene and cyber security. Both are interchangeable terms, and broadly we can say those are same similar terms, but somewhere we need to define what is cyber hygiene and how it is differ from the cyber security. So if you go to the cyber hygiene, it is for general users like you and me. We are using like the computers and the internet. So this is for us, and cyber security is something for the expert. Now, cyber hygiene primarily emphasize the proactive practices and habits that individuals and organizations adopt to maintain the health and integrity of their digital system and data. So basically, it is for the school. In case of in the context of education, it is basically for the teacher, for the student, for the school administration, college administration. That how we can follow the best practices. It include the day-to-day routine and measures such as updating software, strong password, etc., etc. So basically, when it's like if you are buying the car, you should know the how to drive the car. So like we are getting the license and then only we are able to drive any vehicle. Similarly, hygiene is like a license to make use of different services of the internet, whereas cyber security is something for the experts. In case of the same examples of vehicles, the engineers who design the car, they are the expert in that field. So we can say in cyber security, it is uh, uh, more about the broader range of strategies, technologies, and practices designed to protect the digital system network data from the cyber threats. It involves not only preventive measures but also detection, responses, and recovery mechanisms to defend against the sophisticated cyber attacks and mitigate their impact. So clearly, if you are expert in IT, you are engineer in cyber security, then it is called cyber security. In case of the practices that we are using as a normal user, as a simple user, it is called cyber hygiene. So I think cyber hygiene is the best word for the regular users, and we all are the teachers, and we are the cyber world users. So that's why I think hygiene is the best word that is taught recently in the field of ICT. So because we are all teachers and researchers and scholars over here, so we are understanding the cyber hygiene in the context of the education. As we know, there are few stakeholders of this education process: the teachers, the parents, the students, the administrator, and the policy makers. So these are different kind of cyber hygiene. If you want to make awake everyone, we should be considering the various stakeholders. Just want to quote one incident that's happened in United States, that in 2019 a large school district in United States fell victim to a significant data breach that compromises the personal information of thousands of students, parents, and faculty members. The districts serve several schools across the multiple locations, providing education to diverse students population. Hackers gain the unauthorized access to the school district and database and containing the sensitive information, etc., etc. So this was happened in 2019 in US, and because of that, what happened? The privacy concern raised. The breaches exposed that highly sensitive personal information, leading to the concern about the identity theft, fraud, privacy violation, etc., etc. Because of that, also it impact on the services provided by the school. The school district operations were disrupted by IT teams and the investigation agencies to contain the breach to and the investigate extend the damage, implement the measures of the prevent further unauthorized access. And again, there are some legal and regularity ramifications that incidents and triggered the investigation by the regular authorities, including the state attorneys general and US Department of Education, to determine the school district compliances and data protection law and regulation. So this happened just because of one incident that happened in 2019 in USA. So what is more important is that something is happened and something is going to happen. So it tells us the prioritizing the protection of the sensitivity information of the students, the data of the staff, the implementation and proactive security measures. So this says us that we should protect, and there is a requirement of cyber security and cyber hygiene both at a time, because even if we see in India, there are some certain news where says that cyber hygiene is very important, cyber security is very important in schools, and if we want to make the cyber hygiene practices regularly, these are different stakeholders. We have to focus on each and every stakeholders of education to make that cyber hygiene practices in more effective ways. The student, teachers, parents, administrative personnel, management, and IT expert together, all if we everyone is working and making best practices of cyber hygiene, then only it is possible to maintain the cyber hygiene in the school and colleges. It's like a machine. If a smaller part even does not work, the machine stops working. Similarly, each and every stakeholders of the education process should be aware about different cyber hygiene practices. So I think let us see how different why there is a need of cyber hygiene stakeholder wise. Why there is a need of cyber hygiene practices to be adopted for the students. Students are they can be face the cyberbullying and online harassment, because their age, their main purpose to make use of social media sites where these things regularly happen. Privacy invasion, where we do find their privacy has been compromised. Identity theft, the fake profiles are created, and distraction and addiction, that we all know it can happen not only with the student but everyone. That if you are sharing something educational to anyone, after a certain amount of time, start diverting to other devices, other apps, and they start watching movies and playing games, and that is how the distraction happen. And even the addictions, uh, to play the game, to see the movies on YouTube, or to watch the different things on in the phone, that create the addiction. And because of that, some physical and psychological issues happen. That's why there is a need of to have some uh, hygiene practices for students. As a teachers, we also have the need to adopt some cyber hygiene practices, like a professional reputation damage, because of certain things, because of social media use, because of something happened because of us, that can create a professional reputation damage to us, and we should be taking care of it. Data breaches may be happen, because as a teacher we are handling many portals, many sites where there are many government sites where you need to log in and you need to pull the information of the students, and even in university sites and school sites, and anything. Sometimes we need to transfer the question papers and MCQs and everything. So data breaches may happen. That's why we should be very aware about it. Phishing attacks happen because some fake mail, some fake SMS comes to us as a part of school, and we just simply click on it, and some software getting installed, and that stealing everything from the school server. So that is also very risky, and as a teacher, we should be aware. Work-life balance with the disruption, we have to regularly update our knowledge, what things are happening, what things are coming, and how what kind of attach being happen, and what kind of risk are there, and what kind of new kind of technology is coming. Everything should be known by the teachers. That's why I think there is a need of certain cyber hygiene practices to be adopted by the teachers, as we are playing important role in e-governance of the school and colleges. We are handling data of the school and colleges, sensitive information of the school, of the students, parents. As a teacher, we should be, I think, there is a need of cyber hygiene for the teachers. Also, there is a need of cyber hygiene for the administrator, because actually they are working on the terminals where the information is stored, where the communication is happen. they are the where they know all the password, they know all the network settings and everything. So I think administrators also need to be followed something in the cyber hygiene. Ransomware attacks are regularly happening on the bigger institution where the computers, where the PCs are hacked and they are not allowed to touch. You cannot open any server, you cannot access any information, and unless you pay something to them, they do not allow us to open or to access our machines. That is called ransomware attacks. So as an administrator, we should aware that yes, some attacks can be happen. So how should we prepare it? Then system intrusions, like sometimes this happen. It is heard. I have read some news like in some schools, students try to get some information about the question papers stored in the server. So external elements can try to intrude into the system of the school and colleges. So that administrator should be aware that yes, this can be happen to even my school and my college. There is a compliance of violations can be there. So because whatever required settings are there, whatever required technical specification are there, that should be known by the administrator. If government is sending some kind of instruction, that it should be exactly follow that it should be. So I think that part also should be known by the administrator. And insider threat, yes, as an personal working in particular institution, is she is leaving the job, he is leaving the job. Once he left, then how we can protect that person cannot make misuse of the information or misuse of the credential that she or he may have. So we should be aware about that. The insider someone may not lead to the corruption or may not lead to something malpractices. So in that way also administrators should be aware that this thing can be happen. And as an head of the institution, as an head of administration, we should have some cyber hygiene practices. Parents also, they also need some kind of cyber hygiene practices, because this is a system where each and every stakeholder needs to be aware. Everyone should be hygienic in that way. Like in corona, we used to say ki everyone should wear the mask. Even one person not wear, she or he will be eligible to spread that particular infection to everyone. Similarly, in education system, each and every stakeholder should be aware about these hygienic practices. Then only the infection can be completely stopped. So as the parents can be may fall to the social engineering scams, like say suppose some email received by the name of the same school where their child is learning or taking education, and she receives some mail about paying the fees. And if the parents paying the fee directly to that email link without verifying the authentication of that particular email, that can be called a social engineering scams. Means misinformation. Sometimes there are in school and colleges there are official group and there are unofficial group. So many of the time in unofficial group, some circulars are shared, some fake circulars are shared that there is a holiday tomorrow, or that particular paper has been cancelled, or this topic has been taken revert from the syllabus. So many fake circulars are circulated. Uh, so parents should be aware and they should be, if they are following the proper hygienic practices, they will able to identify or they will check the source of the information. That is how they are protecting not only themselves but to their kids also. Privacy concerns. Uh, uh, Nowadays in the social media we can see there are many parents who themselves are promoting their kids in the social media platform, like they are dancing on reels with their kid. They are promoting the shots of their kids on YouTube or say in the different social media platform. So that is fine for encouragement, but the proper care should be taken, and they should be knowing that what kind of content should be shared along with their kids on the social media platform or not. And then psychological stress of parents is also a high, like a student, suppose their kids are not properly performing, or if they are their kids are safe or not. So in that case, I think they should be taking care of their parents, and as a parent, they are the part of the school, and they are the caretaker of their uh, s- kids too. And some general need where we can say some cross-cutting issues, like physical of everyone is getting affected by the overuse of cyber world. The psychological, there are psychological effects we define that we are going to see in a further presentation. And there are mindset and change of behavior. Now we can see there are some legal issues are there. There are some crimes happening on the in the real world. The If we find the cause of it, it is come to the social media. Because of the WhatsApp post, there are certain things happening. Because of the fake social media post, there are something happening. The interpersonal relationship has been disturbed because of some WhatsApp group, because simply someone has shared one post, and because I am not liking that, certainly there is a miscommunication, and there is a the friendship is turning into non-friendship, and something happening. So there are many things because of that interpersonal relationship also getting changed, because of not following the proper cyber hygienic practices. And there is a security fatigue, like if I started telling what setting should be there of WhatsApp, and what setting should be there of email, and this and that. So because of too many settings and botheration of keeping the username into mind, or remembering the pins of different cards and different emails, so that fatigue also there. So even that causes the tentative approach to not to follow the cyber hygienic practices. Now, one by one, we shall see what are the cyber hygienic practices for students. This is a kind of symbolic photo that we can see. We can see these kind of visuals in the society, where group of kids are sitting together. Maybe they are playing game, but they have mobile phones. Sometimes they are chatting in that group. They are sitting physically, but they are chatting virtually. So I think even this is a symbolic picture of this generation. This generation, especially we in the cyber world, it is called Generation Z. No, Gen Z. They call themselves Gen Z. The Gen Z is the generation which has been born 1990s to 2010. The generation is whole about they are completely in a computer world. They are completely living in a cyber world. So as a student, how they are, what are their features? So because we want to suggest some hygienic practices for the student, we understand what is their psychology, what are their strengths, and what are their weaknesses. If we see they are digital dependent, we can see if they do not have handsets, it's very difficult to make them calm. So always they want their handset with them. They want to always depend on that the digital thing. It may be gadget, some kind of gadget. They may have smart watch or tab or laptops or a smartphone or in a headphone, earphone, everything they want something in their hand. So this generation is totally depend on the digital. Instead of going and buying something from the market, they will prefer to do online shopping. Our kind of generation, we can have the balance of both things. Sometimes we go for the shopping online, sometimes we go for the offline. But this generation is completely uh, depend on the digital devices. They do have limited experiences with the cyber security. They are aware about there are threats in this cyber world, but still they are ready to face it because of that psychology, because of that age confidence. They do not worry about the cyber crimes. I think that is a very important thing which as a teacher we should know, that they are not they do have that daring to face these kind of issues. Even they try to search out something about dark web, they try to search out something criminal kind of things, they do not hesitate to do that, because they have limited experiences, and they do have experiences with the cyber security. Their tendency to trust online platforms, as certainly they prefer to buy anything online than offline. They always do trust on the an online platform. Their desire for social media validation is too much. Of course, that is for applicable to all the ages, not only for them. But of course, in that age, it's little bit more than the overaged person. So they want to share something on social media, everything, and they want that people should validate their post. They want more likes, more and more comments on that. If they do not get it, they feel frustrated. So that is one of kind of features of the Gen Z. Inadequate privacy setting. They don't worry about it. They think nothing will happen because of their less experiences, and they do not worry about the adequate privacy setting. They are because they are a little bit casual and tentative to the threats of the what exists in the cyber world. They are overexposed to the online risks. As I told previously, they try to search out how to earn the money, how to earn the cryptocurrency, how to go into the dark web, how to search the thing. They are more curious about it. So they take the online risks, and they said that's why they are all more vulnerable in this cyber world. And they are digital native, means they're always in the phone. They're always in that internet, always on the social media platforms. I think unless they are in a sleep, they are not in that world. But otherwise, from morning to the last good night, they are in that devices. That's why they are being called like digital natives. They like to be on there instead of going to the social world. They are very good in edutainment. They are making use of these various devices for education and entertainment. They are making the balance of both the things. They are not only going for the entertainment. They also make use of different kind of tools for education purpose, for learning purpose. Maybe making some maybe they are not getting some information. They are collecting from the internet, maybe regarding their project, maybe regarding their assignment, or maybe just a fact of curiosity. So they are making good use of internet. And also apart from that, they also use for the entertainment, like playing games or watching the videos or playing something in a teamwork. And apart from that, the use of AI, they are smarter. They have started using the AI for different purposes, like creating the images or creating the videos. So they are smarter. As a parents, we know that even parents ask them. Parent ask their help to make something digitally. No, like if you want, as a parent, if you want to change the password, the kids are always helping, setting password, setting pin, even creating the Gmail account itself created by the kids. So kids are very smarter. And one more feature that can be said is FOMO. We can see that they are having the FOMO tendency. Fear is fear of missing out. It means taking the phone unnecessarily. We haven't received any message, haven't received a call, but still taking the phone and watching into the phone, that is there any message come, is there any calls come, or what's going in official group, unofficial group, friends group, or what's going on the social media platform. Likes aaye, nahi aaye, how many likes, how many comments, what others are doing, checking the status, checking the stories. So they always have the fear that I कहीं मुझसे कुछ miss ना हो जाए. So they always try to see the things in the mobile. That's why hardly we can see that they are keeping phone aside for hours. No, so they are always in the phone because they are digital native, and they are just having that kind of fear that we could not miss something. We could not afford to miss something. Is something happening over there? So I should know everything. Because of that peer pressure, they want to get updated themselves. That's why they are uh, in a FOMO. Now, what can be practices, hygiene practices for the student? That awareness of cyberbullying and its its effects. So the impact of it, that cyberbullying can lead to the significant psychological distress, including anxiety, depression, and decrease in academic performance. So students know what is cyberbullying. They are aware about it. They know the cyber cases too. So as a teacher, I think we should discuss with our student that some cases can be discussed, that what devastating the impact can be happen because of the cyberbullying. So I think those that should be discussed with the student. Here I am very much aware that students are know many things. Students, it's not like something we are telling new to them. Even they will say कि आपसे ज्यादा हमको पता है, because they are using those things. Maybe it may be in case of AI, in case of social media, they are expert in. But we need to make them realize that what will happen if it's something happening to someone else. So always as a teacher we should discuss with them about different cases of cyberbullying. What are their effects? If you know anyone, any incidences happen around the places in the neighborhood, you are just as a teacher, I think we should discuss with the student. We should share and what happened and how it would happen. The cases should be discussed, so they will make aware about the effects of the cyberbullying. They know about, they have the knowledge, they have the skill, but here our purpose is to create the awareness among the students. We also help them to make understanding the online person and privacy, that yes, there can be like overshare, because of the oversharing and because of the sharing certain thing. If they are not getting proper responses, they are in anxiety. They think no one's like me. They think ki, she's more popular, he's more popular than me, and something that that dilemma happens, something that upset, that depression can happen. So as a teacher we should discuss with them that how the privacy is important, and how, what are the long term impacts of their online posts. So somewhere we can take the help of Indian knowledge system, where it says that how we should live, how there are many books, there are many stories in our Indian culture itself that tells us how to live happily. So I think here technology we cannot teach the kids, they are smarter, but I think mindset wise we can work more on it. Instead of telling them technically things that okay, this is the privacy setting, this yes and this no, and this is done and all is done, it is not done. Unless we make the changes in their mindset, they are not able to make use of the privacy setting. So as a teacher we should discuss them about the what kind of stress and anxiety can be created if someone is oversharing or sharing the private things. Then dealing with the information overload, as we know, we make one search and we get thousands and lakhs of searches. Now, how to see the things through? What is correct? What is incorrect? What is more appropriate? It should be discussed with the student, because there are many things that concern the constant notification and the overwhelming amount of information available online, that can lead the cognitive overload and reducing the focus and increase the stress levels. Because if they do have 4 or 5 social media platform, one notification इधर से आ रहा है, दूसरा उधर से आ रहा है, तीसरा उधर से आ रहा है, there are too many group, there are too many official and unofficial group, and they need to check and each and everything. So I think that creates the stress. This is not only for the student, it is the same for the teachers too. There are many groups and we have to check it regularly. So that too many information, too many things coming online, and that creates a stress. So I think we should encourage the student not to go all the time to the checking the notification, but even there are some regular digital detoxes and some practices, some healthy habits that can provide a good, a nice, a decent alternative to the internet, to the cyber world. So we can prioritize them, that they should be getting the information, they are checking the information regularly, so that the overload can be little bit lessened. Social media and self-esteem, nowadays if you see, there are some AI avatars, those are appearing on the social media, and everyone is trying to use it and try to improve the self-esteem by those fake images. Those are fake images, though those are created by AI, those are far away from the real. But those avatars are liked by everyone. It means I'm not liking myself, so I want to create a fake avatar, and that I am sharing and I'm getting more likes. Then I think that I'm not good, but that avatar is good. So something that hurting divertly, but that the overuse of that AI avatar, that is very risky to have to the self esteem. So I think as a teacher, as a school, we should hold some workshop discussions about the media literacy, and the social media portrayals. And we need, again we have to come back to our Indian knowledge system, where too many literatures are there, many good literatures are there, where we can make use of those literature to promote the self-esteem. And what is exactly self-esteem is, no, apart from these or some other extracurricular activity, we can include some these kind of uh, detoxifications activities in our school and colleges, where we are going to inculcate them what is it exactly self-esteem is. Then handling online peer pressure is very important thing. There are tremendous pressure on the students of the peer pressure that parents and teacher generally don't know, because if they want to be a part of that particular group, they need to follow the norms at that group. And that is how, if as a group, if one is doing, second is doing, third is doing, so as a member of that group, one must follow that the thing, even she is not ready to accept it, but because the peer is saying, she has to accept it. So this pressure is too much on each and every peer. So I think that needed to be identified, that what kind of things is there, like just FOMO. I just shared a few minutes back that FOMO, because 9 friends are going for the trekking and I am not going for the trekking, it means I am missing that maja, I'm missing that enjoyment. So even though my family situation is not like that, even physically it is not possible to me, even financially it is not possible to me, but I want to go because my peer team is going on there. So I think that pressure is always there on the student. So as a teacher, we should foster the environment where students should feel valued and who they are and how they are. They should not be imitating to each other. Instead of that, they can nurture what they have. So I think the handling the peer pressure should be taught to the students. Online gaming and behavior. Online gaming is a part of their life, and we cannot say don't play the game. If we say don't play the game, they will play the game, but they will not share with us that they are playing the game. And it's very difficult to find out whether they are playing the game or not, because they are smarter. They know how to hide, how to delete, how to make the passwords one and stronger than the others. So yes, somewhere we have to accept that online gaming can be there. So but because of that gaming and because of that thing, because most of the popular games are something based on the violence, killing the people, making the fire, uh, uh, doing the explosions with the maybe in ancient stories or the modern stories, everywhere it is about the killing the people. No matter that the people they are killing in the story is the bad. It's not about villains and heroes. It is about killing the people. So I think that tendency, that mindset, yes, someone is not good, I can kill. So that mindset should not be developed, and where that is very risky, that we should not take the law in our hand, and that there is a separate process, there is mechanism that takes care of the bad people and crimes and all these things. I don't have to be a hero, but in those stories, in those games, I want to be a hero, and that is, I think, there no one stop. And there we get one chance to sit, and one, even as a player, I'm got shot, I can rise again. I have 2 lives, I have 3 lives, but in real life we don't have such kind of 1, 2, 3 lives. We have only one life. And I think that is where we should be encouraging students not to play too much game, and just come to the physical activities, come to the ground, let's play the game, different games in the school ground. And I think that should be very important for the student to just also go for the physical activities. Strategies for cyber resilience is very important. No, bad things will happen. It will happen in real life and even in virtual life, but we should not put ourselves back because something bad happened. No, suppose there is happened something like the identity theft had happened or some cyberbullying has happened. We should not ban the use of the internet to the kids. Okay, that is a one incident that happened, but because of that, as a parents, if you are saying कि no, इसके बाद ये use नहीं करना है, so that is not the good thing. No, these things will happen. Even in real world, things happen. If you are on vehicle, that maybe somewhere small accident can be happen, but we do not stop to driving the vehicles. So similarly, in a cyber world, we should be aware that something bad will happen, something will come to us. Sometime we may face some financial loss, some identity loss. It can be happen because cyber world is a part and parcel of life. We cannot be staying away from it. We have to accept the reality, and we should be resilient. Yes, though the bad things happen, but still I will come back. Like similarly in the corona conditions, where in spite of taking that full care, some people are getting infected, but still after that they are cured, they are living the normal life. So similar kind of resilience should be there in the student. They should not be taking any incident happening to their life in the cyber world too much extreme to that take them to the suicidal tendency. So I think we should make our student more tougher, that so that they will able to face these cyber crimes. And in spite of that, they should be continuing to follow that cyber hygiene practices that is there accepted by the things. Now moving to the next stakeholders, that cyber hygiene practices for teachers. How much time do you have, ma'am? 10 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Okay, I am moving, wrapping up for faster, so that we can have some question answers if they. So as a teacher fraternity, I think there are some cyber hygiene practices for teachers. We have to play different kind of roles in our regular teaching life. Data handling on different kind of government sites. As a teacher, we as a teacher feed many kind of information about the students, about the teachers, about the infrastructure. No, in senior colleges there are NAC. In the schools there are some mandatory information that is to be filled by the school for the approval of the schools to the state government, to the CBSE boards, and to the other boards. So I think as a teacher we should be aware about the data handling on different kind of sites, not only government site but on any other site. Secure password management, that is very important in this age. I think after 40 or something, in the middle ages, we not like to remember the passwords. We like to write somewhere, or our tendency is to keep the password that is easy to remember, and that is exactly about opposite to the cyber hygienic practices. We should keep the strongest password, and as a teacher we should share that password with the admin head or with the principal, that is supposed to be done. Sometimes happen we are handling some kind of queries or the school information with our personal emails, and that is, I think, that is not recommended. As a part of institution, we must handle all the data by school login, by college login, or the email given by the college, so that even institution should take care of that because the teacher should not use their personal emails for the data handling of the government or any other authentic site, because if that teacher wants to make misuse of that information, that could be possible to that. So as a teacher, um, we should use secure password. We should encrypted communication with each other. Whatever protocols are given in that circular or said by the management, we should follow exactly the same. No, if they are saying that we should use Zoom platform for online classes, we should use only Zoom platform for the classes. We should not try for the other platform. So each and every guideline given by the management, given by the school, given by the government should be followed exactly as it is, so that we can protect everyone. Because when government is saying something, when the management is saying something, they have some purpose and they have thought on it, and that's how we should follow. As a teacher, we should follow all the protocols set by the government or the management. As a teacher, there are certain psychological practices to be followed, like online reputation management. It is absolutely up to us as a teacher what we should share on social media and what we should not share. It's completely up to us. But do not share anything that will create the psychological pressure around. I'm not saying that you should not share your personal information on social media. It's up to you. It's completely up to you. But remember, if something that is creating a pressure on you, then you should not share it. So be mindful when you are sharing. And one more thing, that if you are sharing anything that is happening in school and college campuses, we should be taking the permission of the school and colleges before sharing that incidents, sharing those photos or anything on the social media platform, because that is the property of the school and college management, or say the owner of that property. So I think before sharing anything, we should be very careful. We should be informing to the head of the institution that I am sharing this college activity, this school activity on social media. Or generally there are some social media handle itself of the school and colleges that should be shared on the official platforms only. In case of cyberbullying, we should be watching alertly to the student behavior, that how they are, how if you notice any change on the student behavior, you immediately should inform to the counselor, if any counselor is there, or you should discussing with these issues to the school management. Always take care that that digital well-being of everyone should be considered. Continuous professional development, whatever new trends are coming, we should be openly accepting, we should be trying it. Because suppose when chat gpt comes, the students are first who are using those features of chat gpt, and then teachers come to them, then training sessions are arranged, then the teacher being trained. So whatever new trends are coming, instead of saying no to that, just try to see what is that try to see how it can be used for the better purposes. So once we see how it is used, then only we will able to tell the student that this is good or this is not good. So before that, all the trends as per if we see the psychology of the student, they are ready to change it. They want something new. They want updates. So any update feature come, they'll immediately use that features. And I think as a teacher also, because our students are using, because our kids are using, we should be regularly updating ourselves for the a better professional development, and report security incidents immediately to the authorities
Sir,
sometime.
you are sharing certain important details with us, but due to paucity of time, I'll have to request you to please conclude your words. Suresh sir, I request you to please wind up and conclude your words.
Yes, yes. Just one more point about the parents. I would like to say the parents should be careful about the sharing their kids' photographs and puts videos on the social media, because that themselves they are putting their childrens on the risk. They are putting open, giving exposure to the criminals that find out about the kids. And I think this is how the other stakeholders of the education, those are administrators, they should be aware about the or they should set a proper policies for the cyber security and cyber hygiene. There should be a proper cyber security experts in the school. They should not be completely relying on the admin, or the completely relying on the school teachers or the college teachers. In this, there should be expert who are looking after all the network security of the institution. This is how I think we should be understanding these cyber hygienic practices. Like as it is said, we always said in education, head, hand, and heart should be trained. That is knowledge and skill. I think today's teachers and students are very much aware about the knowledge and skill. What is more requirement is to create the awareness, and I think NCRT create doing exactly this thing. They are continuously arranging the different kind of workshop on cyber security, cyber hygiene, and such kind of any other issues that is the need of the time. So this is what I want to say. I'm very thankful that you given me
Thank you
opportunity.
so much, sir, for connecting with us and sharing these insights with all our viewers. I'm pretty sure that the session has turned out to be very informative. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you to all the viewers who have connected with CIT and CRT for this particular live interactive session. Well, this was our online webinar on cyber safety and security, and the topic was cyber hygiene. And next up is our program of Sahyog, and the Sahyog program, the topic will be how to recognize and support learning styles in the classroom. So for that, stay connected and keep watching eVIDYA channels. We will be right back within few minutes. Namaskar.